Hello, welcome to my cocina. Today we are going to be making bacalao. A little heavy. I am going to take this bacalao over here. I'll show you guys a little bit. Ooh, wee, isn't that nice? So this bacalao here, I'm going to let out this little water that I have in here. Again, I boiled it 3 times. Bacalao is either pollock or codfish that is salted and dried, so it's very salty. So it's very, very important for you to either let it sit in water for a few hours, change the water out a few times, or you can do what my grandmother taught me, which is putting it in water in a pot, boiling it 3 times. So this is already cooled down. I'm just letting the last bit of water out. And this is a musa pot. This is traditionally what we use for Puerto Rican cooking. If you don't have this, it's fine. You can just use any pot for this. But now you see we have our bacalao here. So yeah, let me show you how I prepare it. So now what we're going to do is, you see, it just breaks apart very easily. It breaks apart very easily. So what I'll do is that I'll kind of just feel it around. And what I'm looking for is fish bones. We don't want to have fish bones. You guys here? These are the bones you got to watch out for. They're very tiny, but they will get stuck in your throat and they hurt. So you want to be careful when you're eating. When we make the bacalalitos, we're going to be using that with the excess, and we really have to make sure that there's no, this is called a piña. You don't want to have any in there because it's a fried fritter. You don't want people to be choking on your food. So let's finish getting this stuff ready. I will separate it out of the pot and we will start making our bacalao in salsa. So this is something that I want to do. I want to do a series of making Puerto Rican dishes. I am Puerto Rican, not born in the island, born and raised in the United States, but very much Puerto Rican on both sides, and grew up with Puerto Rican food, for all 3 meals. And it's just a comfort thing for me, and it helps me feel closer to my culture, makes me feel close to my family. We take care of each other with food. I tell you guys, my grandmother, she'll send me, things ready pre-made that I just gotta boil or fry, or she'll make my sofrito for me. So it's like each time I cook Puerto Rican food, I am literally just communicating with my family, even if they're not here in person, they're still part of it. My abuela's still part of it. It's still part of me in the kitchen. I don't get to be there all the time with them. But we still living together, and they taking care of me. I'm not starving. Okay, so let's start cooking. I have my pan here, and we're gonna start frying things up. So we're just gonna make things, semi-homemade. Let's do it quick. This is like, we don't want to be in the kitchen all damn day, okay? So I am going to put some avocado oil. It's a little healthy, why not? All right, and I'm gonna start adding my ingredients. The first thing I am going to add, not perfect, yes. Okay, so like I said, semi-homemade. You can make these ahead of time. You can get all the ingredients and make the sofrito. There's lots of good stuff in here. Or you can do what I do and just go to your grandmother's house and she will have these ready for you. So go. Here's the one. Let's put 2. A little extra. Okay, let's put this back in the freezer. So we're just gonna fry this up. Watch that, baby. Move a little lower. Get that melted. Get that nice and going. Then we're gonna add our vegetables. I am frozen because when I buy vegetables, sometimes they go bad, and if you freeze them, they never go bad. And this is quicker, and you don't have to do any of the chopping. I just work smarter, not harder. I don't care if you guys make fun of me saying I didn't make shit from scratch. Well, you know what? It's still gonna taste just as good because it's all about the love that you put in it. Now I'm gonna start adding my dried ingredients, my herbs, and my spices. And I'm gonna share with you guys a little tip that my grandfather gave me. Just to make sure you didn't forget to put something. You line up all of your ingredients, all your spices, and as you use them, you put them back. And this way, you put everything in there, and then everything gets put away after. So that was a tip from my grandfather. Love you. Love you, Juanito. So, let's put this inside of here first. So just a half a packet of it. This is a sazon. It just adds color, if you don't know. Let's add that in there. And a little color. And then, garbage pile. I will put a little adobo. You can use the low salt one if you want. I just only happen to have this one. Alright, just a little bit. Just a little bit, just a little something. You don't want to overpower it. And then I'm going to add, this is a wet ingredient, but it looks like it's time I can add some of this garlic. This is garlic. It is Goya already made. You don't have to worry about making it. So I'm going to take about that much, okay? I like it with flavor. Like Big Papi, My name is Big Papi and I cook it with flavor. There we go. Alright. Got all that cooking in there. Let's add the rest of our dry ingredients. Herbs de Provence. This is not Puerto Rican, but I like it, and it's gonna add a little something extra. Okay, it's got lots of different herbs, little French shit in there. Okay, boom, put it back, and then I like a little heat, so So I stand Tony's. There he is. Where's Tony? There he is, Tony. So I'm gonna add a little bit of this just for a little kick. Whenever I do a red sauce, I need a little. Okay. Put that back. Now we're gonna move on to my big spices here because I use a lot. This is paprika. I like the Baguio brand. So I will put some of this in there. A few hits. I got some on the floor, but that's okay. Okay, I cook like a Swedish chef. It's like pork, a little bit this, a little bit that, a little bit of everything. These I put in my big counter here, cabinet. Big bada boom. So let me just start moving this around, make sure nothing sticks. Look at that. Look at that. So now we have a nice base here. We got a lot of flavor in here. Because the fish is very salty, we're not gonna add any salt. At the very end, I'll taste it, and dollars to donuts, you will not need any salt when you cook a dish like this with a fish like that. So, I wish you guys could smell it. Let me send it your way because it smells very good. That garlic, that paprika, that cumin, those peppers, those onions that we did not cut because we got it from a bag. Okay, don't hate. Then, I do have the cans, but I use tomato sauce if I have it before it goes bad. I used a little bit the other day, and I need, you know what? I'm not gonna waste it. And it has it's good flavoring. It's good. I don't need to explain myself. What? Let's just put it in, okay? Trust the process. Trust the process, okay? You want enough in there so that your bacalao's got a nice pool we can hang out in, okay? We're gonna go swimming. We're gonna take our bacalao swimming. Bacalao here. Let's add it, babes. So I'm just gonna reach in here, grab some, drop it in. I want to leave some behind because remember we're gonna make the bacalalitos. So let me just grab a good portion. You don't need too much for bacalalitos, So this is about one bag that's in here. I see a little bone. Pick them out while you see them, Pick them out while you can. So, okay. I think this is a good amount for each. So I have about this much left. This will be for my bacallitos that I'm going to make. And actually, one more spoonful. And then we have about this much left for the bacalao salsa. So look at this. So you don't need a little bit. You're going to mix it with the batter. It's going to be a nice surprise. Okay? I don't like too much bacalao in my bacalao. So we're going to mix this. It's also a lot tougher to fit the meat in there when you're doing it in the waffle maker. I'll show you guys that in the next part. But this is more or less. So I eyeball it. So I just added a cup of water and I'm going to spin that around. Basically want to be able to cook down. Now if I had olives, aka aceitunas, I would put them in here, but I do not. I ran out. So that's a good thing about Puerto Rican food. Like you use what you have, bro. You don't need everything. You just take what you have and you can make something phenomenal that will feed the whole family. So look at this. Now we're just going to let this simmer. We're going to serve it with this. And then we're going to come back and we're going to make those bacalalitos in the waffle iron. Stay tuned. Alright, so the piece de resistance. Let's have a little bite. I think I'm going to try it with the malanga first. Piece. Provecho. I got my cat here. He's trying to attack me because he wants some. It's delicious, guys. Give it a try. You're going to love it.